Soldier Field since about 9 this morning, and it's not supposed to budge anytime soon. The good news, the folks don't seem to mind here in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. First carry for James Conner. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Conner. Trucks over him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And there's James Conner with a run that gets everyone's attention. He joined the Arizona Cardinals after 4 years in Pittsburgh. And his best year with the Steelers, 2018. Named a Pro Bowler after a 973-yard, 13-touchdown campaign. Mixed results the last couple of years as he's been in and out of the lineup. But with consistency, he can still be an effective runner.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Second and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day. And I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And is giving me the evil eye, folks. Throwing now is Murray. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke. And the Bears are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders, and he'll get it down here to the 43.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Now Sanders. Sanders a first down, still going. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you get a chance to win.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Sanders. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Ski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. Picked off by Troy Apke. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Well, this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a third down. This defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. It's complete to Hopkins. And some room to work. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Murray to air it out again. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Now Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot. Yeah. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
On the counter now, it's Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Fields. He's going to air one out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the top speed he attained there, according to Next Gen Stats, 21.3 miles per hour. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
The scoreboard tells the story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 58 for Mike.
Here's Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
After the turnover, here's Murray. To the 27-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on: catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. 2nd straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Shotgun now from Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 15. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charlie, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if you're back.
Touchdown, Chicago! So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And that's his 2nd touchdown run of this game, and this one, and a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. I mean, let's face it, he had a long way to go. But how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Play action. Now it's Murray. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. And that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines. That's not approved yet, but you can still use pictures. They've got to send his picture down to their defense and say, you see him? Cover it.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Troy Apke. There he goes left side. The 40. 20. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out and start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got just over 50 seconds to go till halftime, so they can try to put something together if they want. Murray's throw complete there to Moore. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Flushed out right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. From the 44, Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Murray now on 1st down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Murray now. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 3 on what should be the final play of the first half. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Zach Ertz. as time expires in the first half. And the Cardinals get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. And now they'll elect to go for 2 and try to cut into this lead a little further before they head to the locker room. A final shot before half from Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, Mike.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Play action. It's Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Here we go, D, get up.
To the air again, Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down. On is Santos for the Bears field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through. And that will make the lead now 26. So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side.
And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. An option handoff given to Sanders. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 148 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Fields going to hold on to it. Pushing his way through, and he's brought down after a very nice game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Bears continue to pour it on. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 12, Murray caught by the tight end Ertz. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Forced out to his left. Murray has the first down and more. And all the way down to the 5. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll run here with Connor. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Here we go.
Murray now to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals get a bit closer.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And the Cardinals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. On first down, Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
From the 39, Fields. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big third down.
That's complete to Mooney. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They run the option here on first and 10. Open space inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. They'll rifle this one deep right side, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So following the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 25. Murray going to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, third and long. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, third and long. On play action, it's Murray. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20.
I'm only going to be able to carry it so far.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Here's Andy Lee now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields looking for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral it down near the 11-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And it's incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Fields now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Jakeem Grant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Santos with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Murray now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Yeah, he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their totals. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, wide open. Complete. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is. Escaping the... And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're starting a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And he's going to go down again. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And my goodness, another interception. Kevin King with a pick. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Charles, it's one thing